My name's Ella and I've been baking for as long as I can remember. I used to bake with my nan as a child and we'd spend hours in the kitchen putting together different ingredients to create tasty treats that we could then enjoy and share with the family. Since then, baking has taught me so many life skills just from engaging in this activity regularly throughout my life. It's taught me to approach things with a beginner's mind, learning new techniques and new recipes. It's also taught me to live curiously and approach the new techniques and recipes with experimentation, using new ingredients and being creative in my decoration and presentation skills. It's also taught me to live non-judgmentally, allowing myself to experiment with baking without judging my results. That leads on to acceptance, allowing myself to make mistakes and learning through the trial and error of practicing the skills. Baking also teaches us how to be patient. It takes time, and there are moments when our bakes are in the oven, and instead of filling that time with things to do, it's a perfect opportunity to just sit, wait, and pause. It's also taught me to let go. The unique practice of baking is that we spend hours on a bake and then we have to let it go. We can be encouraged to practice letting go in this activity by feeling positive in knowing that that bake is going to be enjoyed by someone else or by ourselves. I love that I can control what goes into my bakes and that they're all done by me and my two hands. It's also amazing to see your bake turn into something else completely once it comes out of the oven, and to see that process throughout the whole baking experience when you add new flavours and new ingredients and the texture changes completely. It's great to just have an excuse to pause, to remove myself from the outside world and everything else that's going on around me, to lock myself away in my kitchen, turn up my music and bake for a few hours. My favourite part of the baking experience is the decorating. I enjoy using that as a creative release. I think the most rewarding part is being able to take that thing that you've just poured love and time into and to share it with a loved one. Baking was the fan favourite activity of lockdown. It gave us a sense of purpose when we needed it, achievement and shareable tasty treats. I'm aiming to promote the benefits of baking for the good of our mental well-being, because I think we can reframe this age-old tradition as a positive coping strategy for all by providing cathartic bakes filled with skillful techniques, topped with creative release and sprinkled with empowerment. The satisfaction and achievement you can get from making even the simplest bake does great things for our self-esteem and confidence. Whether you're a biscuit dunker, a slice of cake on the side eater, or you actually just prefer coffee, it's a perfect time to sit down for a tea and talk with your handmade bakes. Baking for our well-being provides the additional element of a practical skill, which enhances our sense of achievement, boosts our self-esteem, and engages our neural reward systems. Baking allows us to create something from scratch, which we can then indulge in as a treat to ourselves or share with our loved ones. This multi-sensory experience leaves no room for external worries or concerns. While we're baking, we silence our mind through busying the hands and our tummies. When we bring our attention to the things that we enjoy doing, like hobbies, we engage in the present moment. These are known as flow activities, and it's like being in a meditation state called the being mind when you're practicing mindfulness, similar to being in the zone. The senses are really important for achieving mindfulness and to connect with the present moment. And that's what's unique about baking, because it engages all 5 senses in one single experience. So when we're baking, we can see the colours and the textures changing. We can hear the electric mixer in the oven humming. We can touch the dough when making cookies or bread. We can smell the ingredients, and we can taste along the way or at the end. So those are just some of the reasons why I bake, and I hope that it's helped you to want to do so too.